everybody, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 here, and welcome to another video for you guys. Today, folks, I'm going to be covering my 2025 Awesome Window Manager setup. Now, before we get started, I just want to let you know this is a work in progress still. I've been building this awesome WM configuration for quite some time now, with the help of DeepSeek AI, of course. Um, so I just want to let you know this is not the finalized version. This will most likely be developed and hacked on for a good while now. So just wanted to put that out there. But in any way, enough of my rambling. Let's get started, shall we? So as you can see here, this is my awesome WM configuration as of right now. Um, um, I replaced the old wallpaper with this new black and green arch wallpaper I found online. This is my bar up here. It's very simple, very easy. Um, as for how my configuration works, here's the main key bindings that you guys need to know. Sorry. So super enter brings up the terminal. My current terminal is Alacrity. Super Q closes the current application that's opened. Um, if I do Command D, that brings up my Rofi, which I love Rofi so much. I got it on D run just so I can see all my .desktop files. And plus I given Rofi a beautiful black theme too. Next up, if I do Command P, this brings up my bar up here. This way I can essentially have another option for programs, basically. So say if I go for Office, there's the dictionary. Say if I go for Internet, here is Firefox along with this other stuff. Another so aside from my Rofi menu, my run prompt, and my mod p menu system, that's pretty much the three basic menus that you have at your disposal when you're using my awesome config. It's just that simple. As for brightness management, basically as of right now, the keyboard brightness, if you want that option, is not working currently. I don't have a use for that. As for brightness controls, those don't work currently. I gotta figure that out. That can be sometime down the road. I'm not that concerned. As for volume control, volume control does work to an extent. I mean, there's no volume applet currently, but I can assure you volume does work. So I'll open up Rofi, and if I go to my Pavu control management system and go here, this is pretty much volume. So if I press my mute key, it does mute, and I can also adjust the volume as I wish. So that does work. Um, but like I said, as for brightness controls, those don't work currently, and as for keyboard brightness, that does not work currently. But the volume controls do work just fine. Right up here is I pretty much got it set to the tiled set, which if you don't know what the tiled set is, it's pretty much the good old master and stack menu layout system that most dynamic tiling window managers are known for. There we go. And other than that, what I can do is I could show you what my config looks like. Now I've worked hard. Now me and DeepSeek AI have worked really hard on this config. So this is pretty much everything in my config as of currently. I mean, it may not look like much, but it's pretty much what I can do for now until I can figure out how to make it make it more robust, more modernized. But the way I got the layout currently is really, really good in my opinion. And I think, if anybody was going to try the current rendition of my awesome RC.Lua, they'll have a good time with it. I really do think so. As you can see, this is pretty much all the key bindings. I only modified a few of the key bindings, but pretty much, I haven't modified that much, one bit. And as you can see down here, this is my auto start menu down here. Just XComp MGR, LX Pocket, and an applet, and caffeine indicator, because I do love caffeine. Because if there's one thing I don't like is my screen going idle. Luckily, caffeine fixes that. I love it. So that's my awesome RC.Lua. Here is the theme.Lua I've gone with. This is my theme.Lua. Now, just letting you all know, I have not modified much, but I do see I need to modify one thing in here. So hold on just a minute. And if I do a Command Control R, that should fix everything. There we go. That's more like it. I like that. So yeah, I use JetBrains Mono Nerd font. One of my favorite fonts besides Deja Vu Sans. But as you can see with this theme, I only modified the fonts. I didn't really modify the theming too much. Most of the theming modifications were done by DeepSeek AI with the DeepThink protocol. But other than that, that's pretty much everything. I do plan to make more modifications at some point. I just don't know when, and I just don't know where. It just depends on basically um, what I can do for the most part. Hold on a minute. There we go. Yep, that'll work. Okay, so just those little touch ups with the fonts, and now everything is pretty much exactly where I want it. I like it. I really do. Okay, so that should do it. That should do it for essentially my config. And don't worry about the spare caffeine indicator. I'm not that concerned. Really, I'm not. And as you can see here, this is my Ethernet. There's OBS, and there's caffeine. I'm just gonna say this for the record, people. Whoever, I don't know the developers who designed caffeine, but to the developers who designed caffeine and made it awesome, thank you so much for giving the Linux community a program that essentially basically turns off the one annoying thing I don't like about Linux, which is basically the screensaver and the idle functions. I'm glad that caffeine pretty much fixes it to where my screen doesn't go dark every 5 minutes. But anyway, this is pretty much it. This is my current rendition of my awesome RC.Lua and the theme.Lua for my current awesome Window Manager 2025 setup. I don't know if I'll make any more modifications. If I do decide to make any more modifications, it'll be at some point down the road. But for now, I think the way I got it, everything in my opinion seems to be pretty much really good and up to snuff. So, just letting you all know, I do have a public GitLab where I hold all my window manager files, my dot files, all kinds of good stuff. If you want to see my public GitLab, I will include a link in the description bar below. This way you can see, the projects that I'm up to these days, as well as essentially what I could make in the coming weeks, months, or maybe years. But anyway, people, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and until next time, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 saying see you later.